What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today is Wednesday, which of course means it's time for another Western New York Wednesday here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today, once again, comes from the Southern Tier Brewing Company, and they're headquartered in Lakewood, New York, and this is their Holiday Cran-Cran, and this is a part of their small batch series, and this is the 2025 release. So this is a cranberry orange wheat ale, and on the side of the label it says ale with natural flavors. It comes in at 7% alcohol by volume, no IBUs listed, time of review. And this can is just under 2 months old, but it also has a best by date of April 2nd of 2026. So they give this one a 6-month best by date, and according to the brewery, we should be more than good to go. So this is one of the newer releases from Southern Tier, and it's like their holiday themed beer. And I'm doing holiday themed beer reviews during this month in December, but we're not counting this one. I had my, whole lineup and whatnot. We're just doing this as Western New York Wednesday. But anyway, I love the cranberry orange flavor combination. I love a cranberry orange muffin. I've reviewed a couple cranberry orange beers over the years from bigger breweries. The Genesee Brewing Company put out their Cran Orange Keller beer, which was a great cranberry orange lager, more or less. And then from the Great Lakes Brewing Company, I had their Cran Orange Wheat, which is very similar to this, but lower in ABV. So yeah, I'm hoping that Southern Tier does a pretty good job here. On the side of the label, it says, or I should say the back, it says Holiday Cran-Cran brings bright, juicy flavor and a whole lot of holiday razzle-dazzle. A kick of cranberry and orange flavors meet a smooth wheat ale, perfect for making every celebration festive. So yeah, this is their small batch series. I usually see these at Wegmans grocery store. So if you have a Wegmans in your area, in the Northeast or down the Atlantic coast, a little bit in the Midwest, not really Midwest, I guess Mid-Atlantic area, you should see this one, I would think. Maybe, I don't know. We got the hashtag proper glassware. Let's give it a pour here. Definitely looking more filtered than I anticipated. It looks more like a lager than it does a wheat beer. Looking awesome in that in the glass though. So this is one of the earliest glasses I ever bought. This is the old school Southern Tier logo. You got the maroon color. That looks gorgeous. That looks like forget everything about this beer other than the appearance, and that looks spectacular in the glass. Holy crap. Crystal clear. You can see my hand through. You can see my stupid face on the other side, especially if I turn around. 2 fingers of a bright white supsodzy soap sudsy head that is dissipating as we go. Probably the oils from the orange, I would assume. Good carbonation, but let me turn around here so you can see that has a great clarity. Wheat beers are a little bit more cloudy, so maybe as I pour more in as we go, it'll get cloudier. But that looks awesome. It looks awesome. I'll do the contraband flashlight. You don't really need it. Decent carbonation. You can see it going through there. Yeah, solid looking beer. Actually, more than solid. Looks great. Let's get a nose. Smells like hand soap. It smells like if you had a cranberry orange hand soap, that's what it smells like. It smells good. I like that flavor, but I don't know about a beer, Has a very bright, orange, Murphy's oil soap kind of aroma. Almost like perceived tart kind of cranberry. There's a little bit of a wheat malt here too. Bready, grainy. Also has I don't know where this has come from. It has a little spiciness. A generic spiciness. They don't say it. They say bright, juicy. A little bit of spiciness. Maybe from the hops. Yeah, it's Murphy's oil soap means a cranberry wheat beer. That's kind of what I'm getting. Doesn't smell bad. It just smells if it tastes like that, I'm probably not going to be happy about it because while I love the aroma of Murphy's oil soap, I don't kind of want to drink that. When people have beers that have Lemon Pledge or something in that realm, it's definitely a negative. It's kind of dissipating a little bit as I keep on smelling it. It's definitely aromatic though. It's very bright in the aromas. It smells pretty decent, but different. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Happy holidays. Better in the taste. Oh, that has a nice tartness. Cranberry's kicking out a tart, little bitterness, probably the orange too. This is a better taste than the nose. The nose, if it was Murphy's oil soap, nah. Pretty refreshing. I think this would be better as like a summer or like an early fall seasonal. Pretty sure they released this one in like the middle of fall, like it was October, I think. Because this was canned on October 2nd. So I think it would work better like in warmer weather. Like I'm drinking, it's like 28 degrees out right now, and we just got a little bit of snow. So like, I know it's supposed to holiday, but this is more like holiday, I think like a fall beer, which they kind of released it in the middle of fall, so I get it. But I'm doing this in December because why not? Body's a bit thin at 7%. I'd say this is like lower side of medium. I'd like to see it more medium, a little bit thin. The mouthfeel is really nice. It has a nice effervescent, like moderate carbonation, crisp on the palate, spritzy, but still has a nice smoothness going on in the second half palate. Mouth feels better than the body. The taste is way better than the nose. The nose was, again, soap. Yeah, just like I said, Murphy's oil soap is like the best descriptor I can say for the aroma as far as the orange is concerned. The taste, right up front, nice like wheat, kind of grainy wheat malt, like a wheat bread. It's with you. It's not the predominant note, but it's definitely omnipresence with me for the entire ride. But riding on top of that, not a super complex beer. It's a mixture of tart, slightly bittering cranberries with a sweet, juicy, yet somewhat bittering kind of orange, tart cranberries. The beer is a little bit more tart than I anticipated, but I think it really helps out this beer for at least a personal opinion. I like the first 3/4 of the palate is really just tart, bitter cranberries, juicy, sweet, yet tart orange, kind of intertwining, underlying wheat malt character. On the finish, I do get a little bit of spiciness, but it's not like cinnamon ginger. It's almost like black pepper, clove, coriander, like something maybe coming from the yeast, the actual phenols. Because of the lighter body, very easy to drink. This is, to me, if they would have put this out late summer, like you can this mid to late August and then release it like right in the middle of September, this would be perfect. As the season's changing, still warm out, but like people are starting to get excited about fall and the upcoming holidays and stuff. I think this would be a great seasonal in that aspect. Now, I'm not a seasonal drinker. I say that all the time. What I mean by that is like I will never not drink a specific beer because of the season outside of one style and one style only, and that's pumpkin beers. I am never in the mood for a pumpkin beer when they get released in July and August. I'm just not until September. Once September hits, I'm all in on pumpkin beers from September, October, November, even throughout the rest of the year. Just when it's warmer weather like that, I just don't want to drink like spiced pumpkin pie beers. Like I just don't, right? Outside of that specific example, I can't think of any others. Like I'll drink a 15% barrel-aged imperial stout when it's 100 degrees outside. I don't give a shit. But a beer like this, I'll drink whenever. I'm drinking it right now, and we are in late November when I'm drinking this. So I have no issue drinking this now, but my preference would be drinking this when it is warmer, when it's 70 plus degrees. This would be very thirst quenching, refreshing, and just tasty for the season. It's not a complex beer. It's pretty much delivers on that cran orange flavor. The wheat ale base is nice, but just kind of just generic. 7%, no warming my chest, nothing on the palate, hides the alcohol. This is nice. This is actually quite nice. Yeah, I think they kind of hit the nail on the head for what they're going for. I'm not going to go real high on the rating here because I don't love it, but if I always say mood plays a role, especially when you're rating a beer or you're talking about a beer. If I was drinking this and it was 85, 90 degrees outside and I'm like, soaking wet, like from just like maybe I did some yard work or whatever, and I'm drinking this, I would crush this. And it would quench my thirst. But if you want to thirst the quench, that's cool too. But it would quench my thirst without question. But reviewing this one, with winter approaching and already having snow on the ground and being cold and stuff, it doesn't hit me in the feels as much. But I'm still going to give it a decent rating because I do enjoy it. So let me pour the rest of this in to just see if it clouds up at all or if it's completely filtered. Oh, there's some goodies I just saw drop in there. And then I dropped some on the table here, which we'll just wipe up. It really didn't cloud up much. Maybe a little gentle haze there. Let's go back in. No, it didn't do much. I think this is a solid to, we'll say a good beer. I think this is a good beer. That's where I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to give Southern Tier's Holiday Cran-Cran, part of their small batch series, the 2025 release, go a low 4 out of 5. I'll go 3.9. I think this is pretty solid for what it is. Not something I'd run out and like buy and just go nuts over, but I think they nailed the cranberry orange flavor. It's a nice wheat ale base, very refreshing. Two issues I have with it is the thinner body, although that could work in its favor when, say in the summertime, if this was ever to get released again, make it much easier to drink. And I just don't think it's all that complex. And again, the flavor profile screams, warmer weather as opposed to fall and winter. So anyway, 3.9 out of 5. Price by availability, I typically see the small batch series beers anywhere between $14 to $16, depending upon where I see it. Wegmans usually $15.99. Sometimes you see them on sale there for a couple bucks off. I bought a single of this, and I think it was in their mixed 6-pack location. So, I mean, if you could get this for $14 a 4-pack, not bad. Preference would be $12 4-pack, but it is 7%. We're using cranberry and oranges. They say natural flavors, but it has to be some kind of like cranberry orange juice. Has a tartness and all that, so probably real actual fruit in here, but they just don't list it. And availability is Southern Tier. I do not exactly know. They have a beer finder on their website. Like I said, most likely you can find this at Wegmans if you have a Wegmans grocery store. Outside of that, I don't really know. So if you've had this one before, please post in the comments section. These small batch series from Southern Tier are different. I reviewed a peach Hefeweizen from them back in the summer. That was fun. And then recently, back in the early, I think it was late summer, early fall, they put out an apple pie crumble or apple crumble brown ale. I never saw a single of it. If I would have saw a single, I would have bought it and reviewed it, but I didn't want to, buy an entire 4-pack. But that sounded like fun. And it seemed like people on Untappd enjoyed that one as well. So hopefully they keep on doing these small batch series. They're kind of different, kind of unique, and I enjoy it. So that does it for another Western New York Wednesday. Check back next Wednesday for another installment. Once again, if you've had this one before, please post in the comment section. Like I said, 7%, you really can't tell. High's the alcohol. Well, it's a good beer. It has a tartness. It does finish firmly dry with almost no bitterness, but it's not overly sweet to begin with, so the balance is definitely here. It's just, I don't know. It's just a little bit too light, and the body, especially from the body perspective, for me to really love, but 3.9 is a good score. So I'm going to shut this one down. Appreciate it. To the next one. Cheers.